guys, so today I have this Kim Kardashian inspired look. I really loved her makeup that she had on for the Forbes magazine. I thought that her makeup looked really beautiful. It was a little hard to see, but I kind of went off what I could see. So I checked back on her Snapchat the day of her Forbes shoot, and I also really studied her pictures on her website and her Instagram page. So I feel like I got it pretty close. I feel like the lips are a little... I don't know. Her lips were really light in the picture and it looks good on her, but I feel like this is like looking a little funky on me, but I'm working with it because it's what she had. But yeah, I really hope that you guys like this Kim Kardashian inspired tutorial. If you guys do, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. And yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm starting with foundation and I'm just going to mix the Makeup Forever HD and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundations together to kind of get my perfect shade. I am just dotting the foundation all over my face and then I'm going to blend it in with a beauty blender. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm just going to put this under the eyes into the inner corner so that really brightens it up. I'm putting this along the center of my face. And once again, I'm going to blend that out with a sponge. Now I'm going to use the Airspun loose powder and I'm just going to set the concealer underneath my eyes with that. I am now taking the NYX Highlight and Contour Face Palette. I'm going to take these two shades right here, the highlighting powders, and I'm going to just highlight the very center of my face with that. So I'm just dabbing this on the center of my face. And then with the same brush, I'm just going to sweep away that excess powder. I don't want mine to bake for too long because I don't want my under eyes to get really dry. So now I'm just going to bronze the skin up a little bit. You can't really tell too much in the picture, but I can see a little bit that she has a little bit of shadow on the sides of her forehead in the picture. So I am going to just bronze up my face just a tad. So I am using these two powders right here mixed in the NYX Highlighting and Contour Palette. So I'm just going to bronze up the temples just a little bit. Also going to bring just whatever's left over on the brush onto my cheekbones. Okay, so now that pretty much majority of my face makeup is done, I'm now going to move on to my eyebrows, and I am just going to use Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade, and I'm just going to fill my eyebrows in like I usually would. So now that my eyebrows are filled in, I'm now going to take a concealer just to go underneath the brow, just to kind of sharpen them up a little bit. Now I'm going to use MAC's Painterly Paint Pot just to prime my eyes. I'm just going to set over my eyelids with just a little bit of powder over that paint pot so that everything blends like really smoothly, because sometimes if you don't do this, your eyeshadows will go on just a little bit splotchy. So I'm just putting that on just to make sure that everything blends really seamlessly and smooth. To start the eyeshadow, it's really hard to tell what she has on, but it looks to me, I checked back her snaps the day that she did the shoot, and I also have been kind of like studying like the picture, and it looks to me like she has shades of like cool tone browns in her crease, very, very, very lightly, and then she pretty much just has like smudgy eyeliner and a little bit of like a shimmer on her lid. So for this, I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette because the colors in here are very similar to what she has on. So I'm going to be using Naked 2 and Faint today. So first going in with Naked 2, which is the lighter color, I'm taking the Naked 2 color on the E35 from Sigma, and I'm just going to blend this into the crease. Because I want to keep this still really, really soft and blended, because she, like I said, she really doesn't have much on her eyes as far as eyeshadow goes. I'm going to take the same brush to put on Faint, which is the next color. I'm not trying to flick you guys off. Faint, which is the next color, and I'm just going to take a very minimal amount of this. So I basically just dipped it once or twice, and I'm going to really tap it off so that there's not much product on the brush. I want to concentrate this more in like the lower crease. I'm not bringing it up as high as I did with Naked 2. So I'm going to try to focus this more directly in the crease and not so high up. For the color on the lid, because it's basically just a shimmer, it doesn't have much color, but it has just a little bit of a color. I'm going to use Becca's Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector as my lid color. So it looks really pretty, but because I want it to show up just a little bit more, I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX Dewy Finish Spray, and I'm just going to spritz a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to then dip into the highlighter and pack it on while it's just a little bit wet. To highlight the brow bone, I'm just going to take Foxy from the Naked 2 palette. Okay, so it doesn't really look like she has much eyeliner on the top, but it does look like she has a tiny amount. So I'm just going to take my black gel liner. I'm going to follow the shape of my eye and do it a very thin line. So now that I have the very thin liner on my upper lash line, I'm now going to curl my lashes, put on mascara, and the mascara I'm using is the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara, and then I'm going to put on the Ardell Double Wispies. I chose the Double Wispies because they're going to be a little bit thicker and more fluffy and have more volume, and her lashes are always really thick and fluffy and voluminous, so yeah, that's what I'm choosing to use today, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the lashes to dry, I am going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the eyes. So I'm going to take the Naked Basics palette again, and I'm going to start by blending a little bit of this on the lower lash line. First taking Naked 2, and I'm just going to smoke this on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take Faint on a little bit more of like a concentrated brush and just smoke that right over top. Take that same gel liner that I used earlier, and I'm going to rim my entire eye. And now I'm just going to take a really small smudger brush, and I'm going to take Crave, which is just the black color right here, and I'm just going to smudge that liner out just along the lash line. I'm now taking that dark brown Faint color, and I'm just smudging that black liner out. Okay, and now I'm just going to load my lower lashes with a ton of mascara. And then I'm just going to take my black gel liner, and I'm just going to conceal that lash band. Okay, so now to finish off the face, we are going to contour using the NYX highlighting and contour palette, and I'm going to take this color right here. I'm just taking that on this flat Sonia Kashuk brush, and I'm going to really work on chiseling out my cheekbones. So now that I've laid down the color, I'm now going to take a little bit of a fluffier brush like this, and I'm just going to go along the cheekbones and just darken it up and chisel it out just a little bit more. Okay, now taking the same Airspun loose powder and that same flat brush, I'm going to just chisel this out a little bit more by baking. And while that's baking, I'm just going to contour my nose. Picture, it doesn't really look like she has tons of blush on. She just has a little bit right here on the back of her cheekbones. So I'm just going to take Max Dame because it's very, very faint. And I'm just concentrating this right along here. It doesn't even look like her makeup artist brought it down like here. Okay, now for highlight. Once again, it doesn't actually look like her face is that highlighted, but I have to highlight, so I'm going to anyways. And I'm going to take the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is the liquid version, and I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend that over the high points of my face. So I'm just taking a little bit of that on the beauty blender and just hitting the high points of my face with that. On the tip of my nose, a little bit right along here, chin, and Cupid's bow. Then to set that, I'm just going to use a really light highlight, and I'm going to use this really light one in the NYX palette. I'm just going to go over that Shimmering Skin Perfector. Now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and I'm just going to set my brows. And now I'm just going to sweep away this baking. Okay, so for her lips, she had very, very, very nude lips on, and they had like a hint of a pink undertone. So I'm going to take NYX's Pale Pink Lip Liner, and I'm going to line my lips with that. Now I'm going to go super old school, and I'm going to take my concealer, because her lips were like one shade darker than her actual skin tone. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I'm taking my sponge, and I'm going to dab that on my lips. I'm going to go over the lips with this color by MAC and Double Spin. And to finish off this makeup look, I'm just going to set my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Spray. That is the Kim Kardashian inspired tutorial. I really hope that you guys like this look. This was really fun for me to recreate, and this was like the first time I really recreated like everything and like tried to get the outfit and the hair and everything. And I'm not perfect, so it doesn't look the exact same. I don't think I look like her obviously at all, but this was just something really, really fun to do. And I hope that you guys like this look. So if you guys did like this look, please, please subscribe to my channel. It means a ton. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!